Good morning. Did you sleep well? A bit confused, are we? Um, do you remember where you are? Or are your thoughts still a bit foggy on account of only just waking up? That is correct, yes. Though you needn't to be so plain about it. This is, after all, your bedroom, at least for the duration of your contract with me. But more to the point, did you sleep well? I know it can be somewhat awkward, if not difficult, to sleep somewhere new. Good, good. You seem quite comfortable, but I did want to confirm with you, uh, just to be sure. I I hope my cuddling wasn't too off-putting or overbearing or the like. You're lucky that it's far too early for an argument. Though I'll remind you that you have autonomy, you stubborn automaton. Automata deserve humanity too. I'm going to stop you from overexerting yourself while you're here. But aside from that and the standard prohibition of conduct in pursuant to law, your contract grants you, or, well, requires of you, even a white birth of independence. Ah, you are not subject to all my whims. Good, good. Now, I was thinking about showing you around the manor today, as I only gave you a brief overview last night. As I said, I expect that you'll quite like the library here. Does that sound good to you? All right. Do you want to go now? Or are you too cozy and warm as my little spoon? And so perhaps we ought to wait a few moments. I'm going to take your silence as a yes, I'm too cozy right now. Or am I wrong? I thought so. This is this is nice, isn't it? Just laying here like this. I I have a younger sister. She doesn't live here anymore. She's off in Rensselaer performing some diplomatic business. But she and I used to cuddle like this when we were younger. So this is really comfortable for me. Almost, almost nostalgic. Ah, perhaps, yes. There are not many whom I know who would find this comforting, but I am simply an affectionate person. A fact which some of the nobility judge me for, thinking me too soft or naive, perhaps. mere consequence of the court being such a patriarchal system to concern with an appearance of so-called strength. No, no, I don't hate the court per se, though it's true that I don't enjoy its game of politics. And I think its fascination with mere tradition and appearance is misplaced. um, sure, you have enough experience with the nobility to know what I mean. I'm just not that well suited to it. But enough serious talk at such an hour. I do know several quite lovely nobles who I am glad to call my friends. However, though most of them are not eldest born, perhaps perhaps I shall introduce you to them at some point, assuming you're not already acquainted. You think so? Why? Then perhaps I'll organize some sort of gathering with them before the end of your contract. I'm sure Lady Islington would jump at the opportunity to attend a tea party here. Anyway, are you awake enough for me to show you the library now? Alright then. Let's go. Oh, would you like to change clothes beforehand? You need not if you do not wish to. This wing of the manor is off limits at this hour to all but my personal attendants, so you need not to be concerned with a sense of propriety or the like, if you should be more comfortable without. No? Okay, I'm glad you seem to find those clothes rather comfortable. They are, do forgive me for my rambling. I'm rather excited that you are here and simultaneously not yet fully awake. My mind not yet conscious enough to temper my thoughts. But I will not delay us any further. Follow me. Well, I'm glad that my ramblings not bother you too much, but it it certainly would be nice to actually be awake when you wake up. Right, just up these stairs. Oh, that door. Well, it's a secret for now, but you'll see soon enough. But, um, will you humor my curiosity for a moment? Do Class 1 Automata also have that slow wake up experience since you're meant to be the most human like of the four classes? Or was that the unnecessary and undesirable in the aim of sophistication? Or maybe does it depend on the model? I see, I see. And which sort of model are you? No, no, not your model number. I mean, yes, that. Hmm, interesting, interesting. That's good to know. Right, here's the library. Go on, go inside. Hmm, what do you think? That door from earlier is actually that door down there. But I thought it might be better for your first impression to be from up here, where you can look down at this massive room from the upper floor. You, I have some reservation about my titles and the consequences of, but I do take great pride in this library, and it pleases me immensely to hear that you also appreciate it. Well, it is true that I'm not often a bit strange, but do you suppose having Anzilla's second largest book collection might play into it as well? Hmm. Hmm. Uh, Either way, it matters little. The books are here, and I don't foresee their numbers declining. Well, perhaps you've heard, but there has been some talk of the monarchs expanding and centralizing the massive royal collection of books and similar for archival purposes. Due to the logistical concerns, though, I don't expect it to happen anytime soon. Anyway, I'm going to make some breakfast now. What would you like? Yeah. Uh, I guess you'd be confused. You're not going to have one of the staff make it. Well, I could, I suppose. Heiza is a very talented cook, and I'm sure you'll enjoy what she makes for us later, but you? I, no, 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 that won't be necessary. Actually, perhaps, yes, but neither is that your responsibility. Besides, no, it is not your responsibility. You are not burdened with every conceivable task which might seem to be inconvenient for me, nor are you expected to assist the other staff with their tasks as you might otherwise see fit. I don't like playing this card, but I will remind you, not that you seem to need reminding, that I am your master for the duration of your contract here. And if I have to explicitly forbid you from performing such tasks, then I will, and simply rely on your instinct to do as instructed, too afraid to step out of line. Hmm? Oh, no, no, of course not. You know full well that our workers in the mines are mostly class 3 and 4 automata. Heiza is class 2, and I've never had any real issues with any of them. You, my friend, are a class 1, and a rather skilled one at that. Of course, I trust your skill. In fact, I have no doubt that you could outperform several of them on your own if I let you. Nor do I doubt that you're a better cook than I am. That said, that said, if I might say it this time, you, mm, you needn't apologize. I know that this is something you're passionate about, and I know that I might well be being a bit too harsh about it. If so, I do apologize. But the other thing I want to say on this topic is that I am aware that Heisa, or you, or many of the other staff here would be able and even willing to make breakfast for us. And many in my position would take up that offer, implicit or otherwise. But I like cooking. And though I know you mean no malice to your comment, it serves to imply that I should not engage in activities I enjoy. A proposition which seems perhaps a bit hypocritical of me to make here, given that I am preventing you from doing the same for what I believe to be fundamentally similar reasons. Though I also suspect that this hypocrisy is effective in illustrating my point. As I said, you need not apologize. I know you mean no malice by it, but the contrary. I would like you to stay here in the library and try to find at least one book you would like to read while I make breakfast for us. Is there a particular genre of book you're particularly interested in? Fantasy, history, adventure, poetry, or perhaps? Oh, good choice, good choice. You're obviously free to look around any section of this library and choose whatever pique your interest, but those are in that area. Now, once you've chosen something, and you didn't limit yourself to only one, take a seat over here by the fire. We have some wondrously comfortable seats. Just enjoy the warmth and the relaxing crackling of the fire, or the view out of the window here. Lose yourself in the book, whatever you like, and I'll come back with breakfast in a bit. All right? Good, good. Is there anything specific you would like for breakfast? Or you prefer me to choose? All right, and I'll surprise you. Be right back. I return with food. Oh, and a cat, since he wanted to follow me here. See, really does seem to like you. Yeah, which is a bit strange since even though she's usually curious about anyone she's meeting for the first time, she's also usually really timid and wary about them. Yeah, but she looks to be pretty attached to you, right from the start for some reason. I suppose you don't have catnip running through you, do you? Ah, of course not. How silly of me. Anyway, I'm aware that as an automaton, you don't need food, strictly speaking, but that doesn't mean you can't have food. So, yes, but I made something I think you'll like, along with some sweet peach tea. I made these. Well, I'm probably not the first person to make them, so they might have another name. But I call them fluff crepes. They're like regular crepes, but they use a thicker batter. They're soft and fluffy and just perfect for adding things to the batter for more flavor. I made these ones with Amelia berries. Here, I know it might be awkward without a proper table, but I trust you not to make a mess even without one. Go ahead, try them. Well, they're not common in general, but when you have a massive enzyme mines anyway, it only makes sense that we also have massive amylin farms. An interesting plant of particular interest to the automata for obvious reasons, of course. But as food, rather than a research project, what do you think? Hmm. You needn't temper your response simply to be polite. If you don't like it, then say as such, and we can certainly find something else for you to eat if you prefer. And no, no, before you say it, I would take precisely zero offense to you not liking what I've made. Several of Heise's favorite dish to make, I'm not particularly fond of, and it's a complete non issue. And it's the same here. I see, I see. Well, for one, I'm glad that you at least don't dislike it. I recognize that it's something of an atypical food, which is always something you get used to. And about half of those whom I've offered to have said, even to my face, that they don't much like it. With one going so far as to say, and I quote, this abhorrent dish is purely distasteful in both sense of the word. Neither something which could please even the man has not eaten in near a week, nor something by any means in accordance with Angelian tradition. The least one ought expect of a noble man or woman. Well, admittedly, that was not said to me directly, though it is of a precise phrasing as best as I can do it. You might well guess which nobleman said as much, though it was to a close acquaintance of mine in the court who herself related to me in a confidence later. Yeah, indeed. Though it's so pompous a position that I can't help but laugh at it. It doesn't bother me. But my point amidst the rambling is that I do not think you could offend me in this regard, even if you were to try. So worry not. Nor would I expect you to try. I suspect your relative indifference is unfeigned, but I can see the hints of a smile on your lips. You really can't fool me. Put it simply, although I can tell you're a bit restless, you're also enjoying this more than you realize. hmm Would you like another fluff crab? I also made a couple without the berries too, if you'd prefer one of those. Alright, here you go. And I'll take I'll take this one. I can't possibly eat anymore. Are you finished as well? Alright. Go ahead and put your plate on the tray here, and it'll be taken care of later. And the moment your lap is free, she jumps onto it. My, that is interesting. She's not like this with almost anyone else, especially not at first. Though, hmm, I think, I think maybe it was Heiza that she took a quick liking to, but even then, it was nothing like this. And it's particularly interesting if you consider that you stood up quite abruptly last night with her on you. You seem to have earned her forgiveness if she's comfortable nuzzling into you like that. Though I wouldn't push your luck. Good, good. And I'm glad she's not bothering you too much. Hmm. Would you mind handing me that book that's next to you? I started reading it the other day and I left it in here. Then, are you too comfortable over there? I did told you these chairs are comfortable, didn't I? And was I wrong? Hmm. Such soft chairs in front of a warm fireplace. A purring cat nuzzled into you. Hmm? What now? Oh, well, you can sit here and relax, read your books, pet little meow, and just enjoy the fireplace. Whatever you want, really. That's all I need from you right now. Okay? Hmm. I I'm sorry if I've come off as a bit too harsh and admonishing, but that is all I want from you right now. Just relax and enjoy yourself, okay? Good, good. And when you want to do something else, then, well, we can do that. But for now. Hey guys, Vincent here. Thank you so much for listening in to this audio. If you like this audio, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and share it with your friends as they'll make the YouTube overlord very, very happy. If you want to hear more, there should be another audio in the screen right now. Do check the description too if you'd like to follow me on my socials or donate to help me in the channel out. I would also like to thanks to Lilelia. This is the second part of the Automata Deserve Things 2 series. You can check the other parts on the playlist or the description. Once again, thank you to Lilelia for the script. And with that, I'll see you in the next audio.